Oscar Piastri has reportedly made a startling discovery in McLaren's 2026 MCL40 car that has sent immediate shockwaves through the team. This isn't just a minor glitch, it could fundamentally alter McLaren's approach to the new season and even their championship prospects. Early reports suggest this finding might relate to the hybrid power deployment, battery management, or the new active aerodynamic system, all crucial under the 2026 technical regulations. If rivals uncover the same data or if the flaw persists, McLaren's hard-earned dominance could be challenged before the season even begins. Insiders claim only Piastri and a small group of engineers fully understand the scope of the issue. The interaction between the Mercedes PU26 power unit, the battery, and the front wing's active aero is complex, and any misstep could compromise race performance across multiple circuits. Later in the video, we'll dissect exactly what Piastri uncovered, how it could affect McLaren's testing and strategy, and why this discovery has rivals watching more closely than ever. What seems like a technical problem now could define who holds the early advantage in the 2026 championship. McLaren's 2026 season has been jolted by a dramatic revelation during pre-season testing. Oscar Piastri reportedly uncovered a significant issue in the new MCL40 that immediately shifted the team's focus from performance optimization to crisis management. Sources indicate that the problem could relate to the integration of the hybrid power unit, battery management system, or the active aerodynamic system, all crucial components under the 2026 regulations. The discovery has created an air of urgency within the team, with engineers racing to understand the scope and potential consequences before the season officially begins. At the heart of the issue lies the interaction between the updated Mercedes PU26 power unit and McLaren's hybrid system. Piastri reportedly noticed irregularities in energy deployment that could compromise acceleration out of corners, tire management, and overall lap consistency. The team's engineers are now faced with the daunting task of determining whether the problem is a simple calibration error or a more fundamental design flaw that could impact performance across multiple circuits. This uncertainty has turned routine preseason testing into a high-stakes technical investigation. The front-end aerodynamics of the MCL40 also appear to be implicated in Piastri's discovery. Sources suggest that the active aero system may not be functioning in perfect harmony with the hybrid powertrain, potentially affecting downforce distribution and airflow over the front wing. Rivals are closely monitoring McLaren's preseason sessions, aware that even subtle aerodynamic inefficiencies could create exploitable weaknesses. Engineers within the team are working tirelessly to isolate the problem while maintaining performance benchmarks during testing. Preseason strategy has been dramatically altered in response. Normally, McLaren would focus on fine-tuning setups and optimizing performance across the new 2026 regulations. Instead, the team must now prioritize diagnosing and mitigating the issue while still gathering valuable performance data. Every wind tunnel test, simulation, and on-track session is analyzed not just for speed but also for potential signs of the problem worsening under real-world conditions. The pressure to resolve the anomaly before competitors gain an advantage has turned McLaren's testing program into a delicate balancing act. The psychological implications for Piastri and the team are significant. As the driver who discovered the problem, Piastri must provide accurate, actionable feedback while continuing to push the car to extract performance data. Engineers are under immense pressure to interpret this feedback quickly and implement solutions without introducing new issues. The cognitive load of managing discovery, testing, and performance simultaneously highlights the increasingly critical role of driver insight in modern Formula One development. Rivals are also adjusting their strategies in response. Teams like Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari are reportedly analyzing McLaren's testing data, assessing how the discovered issue might impact early season performance. This awareness has created a preseason environment in which the internal challenges of one team reverberate across the entire grid. Teams must now consider both their own development programs and the implications of McLaren's technical difficulties when preparing for the opening races of 2026. Finally, the ramifications of Piastri's discovery extend beyond immediate performance concerns. Resolving the issue is crucial not only for competitive pace but also for driver confidence, team morale, and the long-term reliability of the car. McLaren's engineers are under pressure to deliver a solution quickly, ensuring that the MCL40 can compete at the front from the first race. What Piastri uncovered has transformed the preseason from routine testing into a high-stakes race against time, with every decision carrying consequences that could shape the outcome of the 2026 championship. The moment Oscar Piastri identified the anomaly in the MCL40, McLaren's preseason testing immediately shifted from routine optimization to urgent problem-solving. According to insiders, the issue involves the integration of the Mercedes PU26 power unit with the car's hybrid systems and active aerodynamic components. Engineers were forced to halt standard testing cycles to focus on diagnosing the problem, running simulations, and attempting to understand whether the anomaly represented a minor calibration error or a fundamental flaw in the car's architecture. Rival teams quickly picked up on McLaren's sudden focus on diagnostic work. Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari reportedly intensified their observations during testing sessions, looking for any indications of compromised performance. This pre-season disruption provided competitors with a potential strategic advantage. If McLaren struggles to resolve the issue before the first races, rivals could exploit any performance gaps. The discovery has transformed pre-season testing from a controlled preparation phase into a high-stakes battle where observation, intelligence, and rapid problem-solving dominate. The root of the issue appears to be tied to energy deployment inconsistencies from the MGUK and the interaction with the car's active aero system. Piastri observed fluctuations in acceleration out of corners, which could compromise lap consistency and tire management. McLaren engineers immediately began creating a range of simulations to model how the car would behave across different tracks and load conditions. Each simulation revealed additional complexities, emphasizing how intricately linked hybrid systems and aerodynamics have become in the 2026 regulations, and how a single flaw can cascade into multiple performance deficits. Strategically, McLaren had to pivot rapidly. Pre-season plans for optimizing aerodynamic packages, suspension setups, and tire strategies were put on hold, as priorities shifted to diagnosing and mitigating the issue. Every decision on track now carried dual consequences, improving performance while avoiding exacerbating the anomaly. This defensive strategy required engineers to balance aggressive testing with caution, ensuring that the car's long-term integrity was not compromised in the pursuit of short-term solutions. The psychological impact on Piastri and the engineering team is substantial. As the driver who discovered the issue, Piastri must communicate detailed feedback while still pushing the car to extract actionable data. Engineers, under extreme time pressure, need to translate this feedback into effective interventions without creating new problems. The situation highlights the critical role of driver insight in modern F1, where understanding vehicle behavior under extreme technical complexity is as essential as the driver's on-track performance. Rivals' awareness of the discovery adds another layer of pressure. Competitors are reportedly analyzing the situation, trying to infer weaknesses or opportunities from McLaren's testing patterns. Even indirect knowledge of potential vulnerabilities can influence rival strategy, from pre-season simulations to early race approaches. The interplay between McLaren's internal challenges and competitors' strategic anticipation has heightened tension across the entire paddock, turning what should be routine testing into a psychological and technical chess match. Finally, the long-term ramifications for McLaren are significant. Resolving the problem is critical not only for early-season competitiveness but also for driver confidence, team morale, and long-term development trajectories. The discovery has transformed the preseason from a period of refinement into a high-stakes arena where every test, simulation, and decision carries amplified consequences. What Piastri uncovered ensures that the opening rounds of the 2026 season could be influenced as much by the resolution of this technical issue as by raw race performance. The key twist in McLaren's 2026 preseason turmoil is the potential scope of the problem Piastri uncovered. Sources suggest the issue may simultaneously affect hybrid energy deployment, active aerodynamic response, and power unit integration. Rival teams are now acutely aware that McLaren could be entering the season with a hidden performance handicap, giving competitors the opportunity to exploit any lapses during the first rounds. Engineers are scrambling to determine whether the flaw is isolated or systemic, knowing that every simulation and track test now carries amplified stakes due to the unknown consequences. Central to this twist is the interaction between the MGUK, battery management, and the active aero system. Early indications are that the system's response could be inconsistent across varying cornering loads and track speeds, potentially compromising lap consistency and tire longevity. Engineers are forced to model a wide range of scenarios, anticipating how the issue could manifest under different race conditions. This uncertainty has transformed McLaren's preseason testing into a high-pressure strategic exercise, where every decision from energy deployment mapping to aerodynamic adjustments must account for potential hidden flaws. The FIA adds another layer of complexity. Although McLaren has not violated any regulations, the discovery places the team under increased scrutiny. Any failure to fully address the issue could draw attention from rival teams, resulting in protests or calls for clarifications on 2026 technical rules. This regulatory dimension amplifies the preseason stakes, as McLaren must resolve the problem while ensuring full compliance, navigating a delicate balance between technical innovation and adherence to FIA standards. Strategically, McLaren's development priorities have been restructured. Pre-season plans focused on refining aerodynamics and optimizing suspension setups have been partially suspended to prioritize diagnostics and mitigation of the discovered flaw. Every lap, simulation run, and wind tunnel test must now be evaluated for both performance output and potential risk, turning pre-season into a defensive battle to preserve early season competitiveness. This shift illustrates how a single technical discovery can fundamentally alter team strategy even before the first race of the season. Psychological pressure on Piastri and the McLaren team is unprecedented. As the driver who identified the flaw, Piastri is responsible for delivering precise feedback while still pushing the car to extract meaningful data. Engineers must interpret this feedback rapidly, balancing speed with safety and system integrity. The mental load highlights how modern F1 drivers function as both competitors and integral technical collaborators, where insight, observation, and communication are as crucial as lap times. The discovery has also altered the broader competitive landscape. Rival teams are analyzing McLaren's preseason data for any sign of weakness, adjusting their own testing and strategy programs accordingly. This ripple effect demonstrates how internal technical issues can influence the strategies and preparation of the entire paddock. What might have been a contained problem for one team now impacts decision-making across multiple teams, heightening suspense and strategic tension throughout the grid. Finally, the implications for McLaren's championship prospects are significant. Resolving the problem is critical not only for immediate performance but also for driver confidence, team morale, and long-term reliability. Project timelines, component validation, and simulation accuracy are under intense scrutiny. Piastri's discovery has turned preseason into a high-stakes crucible where every technical and strategic choice carries amplified consequences, setting the stage for a season where early resolutions or failures could shape the trajectory of McLaren's 2026 campaign.